Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I am here with my planning lineup for June. So I'm changing some things and I'm changing the way I use some things. But I wanted to show you all the different planners I am currently using. So the only thing that's going to change is I'm introducing this. Exciting. We'll get to that in a minute. So what is staying the same? 100% staying the same, oh my goodness, is these two. This is my A5 wide cloud. I think it's the rose, I'm not sure, from Estelle, and it has my Plum Paper planner, which is my budget for 2021. I show this in my budgeting videos on Fridays, my Financial Friday videos. But that is staying the same. That's not going to change. It's a good system and I like it. So that one's staying the same. This one is my A5 wide Blossom from Estelle. I don't really show this on my channel and I've never actually shared planning in it or anything. This is my, I want to use pretty sticker kits and overlays and foil, and I want to do more typical traditional planning, but I don't need it. But I set it up with some clips and I haven't finished setting it up yet, but it's got some pretty stickers and I literally, it's a memory plan. Some of it is repeated from my cousin, but this is just for me. This is because I want to use the kits, the bougie boxes, I want to use the stickers, I want to just use the more traditional stickers, you know, so I do. And I want to use foil and scripts and random stuff, so yeah, that is my for me sticker book. So when I want to just play with stickers, I use this. I just sit, I put something on my iPad and I just sticker up the memory spreads. Like I say, it's at the end of the year I'm going to have a lovely book full of really nice spreads, and it's using some sticker kits that I probably wouldn't use otherwise, or I would feel like it was getting wasted. And it's just for me. Just purely for me. So that's staying the same and I probably won't ever show that again. So this is also staying the same. This is a B6 Stalogy. I set this up on my channel. I'll leave a card up here for that. This is my reference Stalogy. So I have like my to be read list, and I have my to watch list, and I have my photo a day lists. I have quotes and home stuff, important numbers, perpetual calendar. I swatch all of my fountain pen ink in here, and that's sort of like a reference book, so that'll stay the same. I don't look at this that often, to be honest, but it's on the shelf for when I need it. And this is a Moterm cover, by the way. It's a bit bashed, but it is a Moterm pink, I think. With staying the same, I suppose, is my cousin. This is my Hobonichi cousin Avec. The first half of the year, and I'm going to keep the second half of the year the same. I sticker it up on a Monday, and then I go back and I memory plan what's happened. So I pre-sticker and then memory plan later. So that's going to stay the same. I'm going to use that the same way, and I've got my second half of the year book as well, and that will stay the same. This one is my Archer and Olive A5. This is my work planner. It's my YouTube one. So I have the planned videos, so ideas for videos, and then I have what I actually post. You can see I wasn't very well this month, so the whole tooth thing. But then yeah, I record what I actually planned, and then I have a section where I record all statistics and stuff, and I make notes and other things like that. So this will be staying the same. I don't reference this daily, but it's on my shelf. I probably reference it weekly, I would say. But yeah, that's that one. This is my Hobonichi Weeks. This one, I'll be honest, is mainly because I like Hobonichi Weeks stickers. They're pretty, I like stickering with them. I like setting up a Hobonichi Weeks. I like using a Hobonichi Weeks, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. So this one, I am leaving this the same in June, but it might change after that. So presently I have What's Happening, Spending, Happy Mail, YouTube videos, the Tom cleaning which rooms are which, and a little notes, and photo a day. This will probably change because I'm not sure about recording all the stuff that's going to happen. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to change, but this is more flexible. It has stayed the same since the start of the year. The first week in it was more going to be an on-the-go planner, so it was one I was going to take with me in my handbag. But I don't really take a planner with me in my handbag, so that's not what this is going to be. But this can change, but I will always have this planner in rotation because I like the stickers. Even if by the end of it it's repeating information, I don't mind that. Like, I have absolutely no problem with repeating myself over planners if I fancy it. If I just want to use a different planner, I don't care if it's repeating information. I really don't. But this one, so at the end of the year, this one will be, all of my spending and Happy Mail will be tracked here. So I write down Happy Mail here when I order it, and I mark it off when it arrives. So this one, that's what it'll be able to reference in the future. So if I wanted to look back, all that would be in here, in this one book. Because that's what I like. I like having one book that has all the certain things. So if I know if I want to look up something YouTube related, it's going to be in this book. If I want to look up something spending or Happy Mail, it's going to be in this book. If I want to just see what we did on a certain day, it's going to be in this book. I know that. I can look back and reference it. This one, I will say, is not going to be everything that happened in that day. It's going to be, sometimes it's all the things, but sometimes it's maybe a selection of things that happened in the day. So it's not always everything. This little one has everything. This Hobonichi Weeks doesn't have stickers, and I use this, I literally have it sitting beside me on my desk, and I scratch down in it really quickly what's been happening. So like today, I edited a plan with me, put washing away, watched Iron Man 2 with Posey, and we had Southern Fried Chicken for dinner. So I've literally just scribbled it down with pen. This one might not be getting used because I'm hoping that my next bit that I'm going to show you will negate this, that I won't need this. So we will see, because this feels surplus to me. I need it when I'm doing my memory plan. I need to be able to see certain things that have happened that wouldn't be in my daily pages, but that's what I'm hoping to change. So these two are what are going to work in tandem together, I hope. This is my plan. This is my B6 Rings Aura Estelle Cloud, and this is a B6 Stalogy. So this one will sit closed on my desk, and in it, the things that I will keep in it is this monthly, which is our meal planner monthly, and then my master grocery list. I only need to look at this once a week. I only need to look at this page once a week, so to take the information from here and put it into my daily pages. But my daily pages aren't going to be in here anymore. So what's going to be in here is my monthly and my master grocery list, which is for meals. The next section is my pre-plan. This will also stay in here. This is weeks from Jasenia Printables, so it's 2 weeks to a page. I really like this. The next section is task cards. This will also stay in here. And note paper. Then we have my daily pages. These are the ones that are going to be changing. So the way I use my dailies at the moment, I have a week at the beginning and I plan out my dailies. I'll leave a card up here for yesterday's video that will show you the planning of this current week. So the way this works is I've got my appointments on the left, my to-dos, I change it up and I decorate and I do all that. And that works absolutely fine. If somebody said you can only use this planner, it would be fine. I would still use these pages. But they're going to be coming out. I'm not going to be using those in here anymore. So this section is just going to be empty. This is my cleaning reference section. This will stay here. These are just some quotes that I liked, some stickers. My brain dump section here, I'm going to leave that here for reference. And then these are my YouTube notes. I probably won't use that. And then I've got some other stuff packed back there. So for the most part, most of it is actually staying as a reference book. It's just these that are changing. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of hoping to merge these daily pages with this into this. So when I was using Astrology last year, it worked really well for me on a day-to-day basis, but it didn't work well for forward planning, meal planning, that sort of thing, like references. That's what's going to be in here. So it's reference stuff that I don't need to keep. So when May is over, I can rip this page out and throw it in the bin because I've recorded what we had for our meals elsewhere. So I just don't need them. So instead, what I am doing is I'm essentially making my Stalogy more bullet journaly. And I'll show you. I'll actually just show you because I've already set up June. So I've got my calendar for the month. So it's set. Essentially, this is the planner I will touch daily. This is the one I will go into every single day. My plan is that once a week, I will then reference things from here, 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 into here, and stuff from here into all of those and into this one. So these 4 will only be really looked at once a week, maybe twice a week, depending how I feel. But if I want to, I can look at them as many times as I want. But for the most part, I'll only use these once a week. And this one is the one that I'll use day to day, every day. So I've already set this up and I've set it up for June. So I've got my monthly calendar. So this is the one that I will update during the month. If something comes up, I'll update it in here. This is the one I'll look at when I'm setting up my week. So I don't really need to reference my week on 2 pages for my V6. I've got 2 calendars here, smaller versions of that one. This one will be for Ben's school schedule. June is, they break up for the holidays at the end of June. So his school schedule is not really going to be very in-depth this month, but it will when they start back after summer because we are hopefully organising some things for Ben. So I wanted to have this in here to sort of practice. But that'll be his school schedule. I haven't decided 100% what I want to put on here yet. I was going to transfer the meals over, but that felt redundant. Same with YouTube videos, so I haven't decided yet. Then we have my tracker page. These are from the Being Bethany Rose Advent book. So I'm going to track moisturizer, vitamins, checking the bank account, and photo a day. And I've left myself 2 others that I can decide on. Previously, I was tracking that daily in this planner, and that's what was getting annoying. If something was going on, like if I went online and bought something, or when I checked the bank, I already had my B6 rings out, but I had to go and get another planner to record it in because that's where I was tracking it. There were too many things in too many planners for the one and only time. Now, I don't like repeating pre-plans necessarily, and I don't like repeating my daily pages, but what I want to try and do, I like having everything in one book specific to that, like, section. So my spending and happy mail book, my YouTube book, and my memories book. I don't want to be going into those 4 or 5 times a day to add things. I want to be able to go into it once a week and update it. And then at the end of the year, I've got it to look back on. But it's not, I'm not going in every day. Am I making any sense? Can't decide if I'm making sense. What I might have to do is a video where you actually come along with me for the whole planning routine. That might make sense. Anyway, I've got a shit to do page, which is stuff I would like to get done in the month of June. I've got a brain dump page. I just stuck this here because I want to make a foiled sticker that says brain dump for down here. But what I've done in here already, the only thing I've done is I've written down what colour ink is in these 2 pens, because these are the ones that I want to use. Because that was another thing. I wanted to use my fountain pens and they work really well on the Stalogy paper. But not so well on the paper that I print my inserts on. And yeah, I just fancied using them. So I've just written down the 2 colours. Got some vellum from Josephine Bow. Week 1, I'm going to put in the homeschool plans here. I just haven't done it yet. But I've already set up the week in here using a kit from Bethany Rose. I wanted to lay it out and see how I liked it. So next week's B6 plan with me, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for that because I've already planned the week. But these are going to be my daily pages. So I've got what's happening for the day and one big to-do list. And my intention, the plan, is this is the book I'll have open on my desk. This is the book I'll take through the house with me. And so if I'm sitting here and I buy something, I can just write it down here, spent such and such at such and such. And then at the end of the week or the end of the day, if I want to, I can transfer that into my spending journal. So everything's going to get written in here. Like I'll write down what we had for dinner. If we watch a movie, I'll write it in here. Everything's essentially getting written in messy pen, but with cute stickers. And then I'll transfer it into whatever book I want it to go into. I hope I'm making sense. So I've set up my pages. Not loads of stickers, just Bethany Rose, Once More With Love, I think. Or Coffee Monster Co, can't remember. And Mad Hatter Sticker Co. Simply Gilded washi at the top and Exo Mama Plans date covers. So that's the week. And then I've got my notes for, this will be my YouTube editing notes, because I did really like that back in my old Stalogy. That worked well for me. I've already made a list here. Me and Posy are doing our rewatch of all the Marvel films. I watched them all last year in the first lockdown, and Posy wanted to watch Black Panther, and then she wanted to watch a superhero movie with me. I think it's more about spending time with me, but she's been enjoying them, so I've just written them out in the order that we're watching them in, and I tick them when we've watched it, and I put the date next to it when we watched it as well. And I made a little tab out of some little thing stickers. And that's it. I am going to put some other things in the back, some reference-y type things. But essentially it's going to be that if this is the only book I can use, that's fine. No worries. But I've got my daily pages and things like that. And I can make notes and brain dump and scratchy, messy planning. So there's like my messy daily planner. And then I will go from that. So what I'll probably do is, so then when I've set up my daily pages, I will go in and I'll get my YouTube book and I'll write down the videos that I want to film. That tends to be sort of the week in advance. So I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work in the very first week, just to get myself into a routine. But I'll transfer the information from here into here, and then I won't need to look at this again till the next week. Then at the end of the week, I will go in and I will transfer all of my spending and my happy mail. So again, if I'm sitting here and Greg brings me the post, which is what he does, I'll just write in here, scribble in here what I got, and transfer it over at the end of the week. And it means that, say next year I'm like, oh, I wonder when I got such and such. I would look back in here. I don't need to look in here. I don't need to look through all of my inserts. I don't need to look through a different, it's going to be in here. This is Happy Mail. This is spending. It's going to be in there. At the end of the week, or when I film my memory plans, I can just have this open in front of me and pick and put it in here. When I'm meal planning for the week, so I can go through and I can be like, right, this is the 31st. I've got the meal plan for that here. I can mark it down. I can fill out this section. Same with the cleaning. So I've already done that. You can see I went through and did all the cleaning days, including my Friday focus. So essentially what I'm trying to do is all the information will be in here, but this won't last me a whole year. It just wouldn't. And I don't want it all in one book. I could have used a Hobonichi cousin. I did actually debate setting up my second half of my cousin as a planner instead of a memory one, where I'd actually plan here and then the daily pages would be daily pages where I'd set them up like this. And that may happen next year, because I've said this before, this is the year of using what I've got and using as much of what I've got as I want, using all the planners. Like, who cares? Use whatever you like, whenever you like, however you like. And I'm not going to say that they're all necessary, because they are so not. Like, if you had one book, I could actually do everything in this book. I'd be fine with that. I could do everything in this book. Or I could do everything in this book. Or everything in this book. I don't think I could do everything in a Hobonichi Weeks. I won't lie, that's the only one I don't think I could pull off, if I'm honest. But if you told me I could only use a cousin, okay, that's fine. Or I could only use astrology, okay, that's fine. Or I could only use the rings, okay, that's fine. I could make all of those work. But nobody's telling me that. I don't have to just use one book. And I'm having I've been having a rough mental health month in May, and I feel like something had to change. And I was organizing my old planners and I found my Stalogy, and I remembered how I liked the crinkle of the paper. I liked setting it up. But look how much I've got left. There's loads left there. I mean, look, there's absolutely tons of pages left. But this, I used this from July to October. So it was only 4 months, and I probably half. But like, I could use this again, but I don't want to. I want to start a new one. And that's absolutely fine. I feel like maybe summer is my Stalogy time. So we do Stalogy summer and winter rings. That would appear to be the vibe that I give myself. But I don't, like I say, I don't really like to repeat my daily pages. So I don't mind having my pre-plan weeks. This I like to look at. It's like an overview. And I like to have a daily page, and I like to be able to just write a list. So like, I can tell you now, this is not next week, this is the week after. But like, I've already gone through. It's essentially going to be the same as these. I write down all the stuff I want to get done in that day. It will essentially be the same as that. It's just going to be in a bound book instead. Because this feels more manageable, and I just wanted a change. And you know what? As I said in my Wednesday video, a change is sometimes as good as a rest. And I needed a change. I needed something to change. And I'm hoping that doing all of these will stop me reaching for these every 5 minutes, because that was getting annoying, trying to remember which one I needed, what I needed to do. And this, it was nice, but it feels like a waste. It's just somewhere else I have to write something else, you know? Like, okay, here's a good example. I actually write in here, Posy went to nursery, Greg went to work, we went to ballet, I did the living room. I would write that in here, and that feels redundant. So if I just write the extra stuff in here, like this bit here, that makes more sense to me. We'll see how it goes. What I think I'll do is, I'm not going to write out a planning routine. I might for myself. But what I might do is literally do a video where I show you how many times I use this planner, what I do with it all day for a week, and then how I reference that and transfer it into something else. So if you'd like to see that, please let me know down below. So that was a huge waffle to tell you that I wanted to start using Estelle, and I decided I was going to. Because I wanted to, and it's the year of use all the planners. But I still wanted to use my B6 rings, so I'm going to. And I sort of feel like I'm streamlining my planning by adding another planner in, and I've just realised I've got 8 planners here. 8 different planners, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So for me and my giant stack of planners, I will leave links to some stuff down below if I can think of where they're from. If anybody has any questions, please ask them down below. Or you can find me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram name just here. You can also find me in my Facebook group. Yeah. I just wanted to try and explain to you my thinking. Because in my head it works. Like sometimes I think people are too focused on one way or another, that it's got to either be functional, or it's got to be decorative, or it's got to be minimalist, or it's got to be in a bound book, or it's got to be in rings, or it's got to be the same planner for a whole year, or whatever. But I want to be flexible this year, and I've just decided I'd quite like to use a bound book again. So I'm going to use a bound book again, and I fancied decorating it. And I was getting not bored of my rings, but it wasn't inspiring me. I've already been in this planner more than my rings, and it's not even a week that I'm using it. So yeah. So with all that waffle being said, I am going to go, and thank you so much for watching and listening to me with that real long waffle, and I will see you all next time. Thank you. Bye.